conversations. And I don't think that's the way forward. I think we should have real conversations. If you're in a group setting and someone says something that is absolutely wrong, you disagree with, have a conversation. Don't be a dick about it, but
Yeah.
say, this is how I see it, and work your way through it. Because an emergency doesn't last 2 years. An emergency is quickly and swiftly dealt with, and then we move on. This is life now. If you think COVID is going away, if you felt the narrative that we were going to eradicate COVID via the vaccine, you were lied to. They never thought that was possible. So we have to deal with this. And if you want to sit inside, I support your right to do that the rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly. That's your life, right? If you want to sit inside and hide away, go ahead and do it.
And because I don't want it, doesn't make me a far right extremist. I'm a liberal voter. Like my values are almost completely liberal. Not this liberal party, like a traditional liberal sense, right?
Yeah,
I'm center of left.
Yeah, and I think when I say that we lean more conservative, like me and my wife, it's often like misunderstood because a lot of the things I stand for right in the fucking middle, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There's certain issues where I'm like, okay, I understand your point of view. I respect your point of view. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand it, and we try to find a middle ground. I mean, that's what democracy should be, right?
For sure. And you know what, man? You know what I think we got away from? The middle ground for most people in this world, is that they want to help people out. Yeah. They don't want to fuck people. They don't want to hurt them. Now, how they digest that and how they think like helping people out is a little bit different. But we think if you don't agree with me, you're a bad person to want to help people. That's not usually the case from my understanding or from my conversation with people.
Yeah, and I mean, it's frustrating to talk about it, but you know, people's mental health is suffering now. It's and like I'm an open book. That's why I do this shit. That's why I started a podcast, and that's why like when this last lockdown hit, like it was either this Monday or Sunday or something like that. Like it was a rough day, right?
Yeah.
It was like fuck, man. Now I have to adjust again. I'm getting healthy. I was in a routine to get back to doing the things I love to do, to competing and all that stuff. And I was feeling good about myself, and now we hit a wall again, right? But people like me and you who have done something difficult like mixed martial arts, like it's one of the more difficult things to do as a human being.
It has to be. There's a few things out there I can think off the top of my head, but not that many.
Not that many. So it gives us a little bit of a mental edge to break through some of those barriers because we have to do it to compete, or even to train sometimes with hard guys. And a good black belt walks into the room, you're like, fuck, that guy, right? There's always mental things you have to overcome. Now, the general population, they don't have those tools in their tool bag. And so when these hard times, these hard situations come along, they hit a wall. And it's not just for a day, it's for a long time. Now I know that you've been quite vocal about people reaching out if they're struggling. How else? What else can they do? What else can we do to support these people? Because at this point in this pandemic, or I don't even call it a pandemic anymore, this is a mental warfare state, right? This is a war on consciousness. How can people like basically keep themselves from falling over the edge?
Well, you gotta get out and start living life. You gotta have a social circle, right? All the things that we had before the pandemic, things that we were seeing important, family, fitness, community, all those things, we got to get back to them.
Yeah.
And just because your government says don't see your friends, don't go work out, don't do all these things, it doesn't mean that's right. Go do it.
And but I think most people are afraid of the fines, like the penalties. You know what I mean?
I'm 100% with you. I get it. I don't have money to pay the fines. However, if I don't believe a law is just, that doesn't mean that we should just follow it blindly.
Yeah.
That's not democracy. That's not freedom. If a law doesn't make any sense and is not leading to a better outcome, why are we accepting it? Why does a society accept it?
Yeah. And do you think it's because Canadians are just, I mean, a lot of people say Canadians are weak. Do you think that's the case?
No. I don't think Canadians are weak. I can't believe that. I think Canadians are lazy. I think Canadians aren't doing their homework. I've had a lot of heated conversations with people that have these really strong beliefs on COVID. And I'm like, do you know what you're saying is absolutely wrong? Well, no, I heard it on the news. Like, well, it's absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
So I think people get in the habit of watching one news source, not critical thinking, and because they haven't really been affected by lockdowns and stuff like that, they assume that nobody's been affected by all this.
Yeah. And well, what you just said was really important there because I'm like a lot of my clients, a lot of people I work with, a lot of people that I have through my business, they're not affected by this.
Yeah.
They what it seemed I was gonna say last March, but it's been that fucking long. 2 years ago in March
Yeah.
when they said we're locking down in 2 weeks to flatten the curve, their work set them up with a remote station. Their paycheck never changed.
Yeah.
Um, Nothing changed in terms of finances for them, except
Yeah.
for the the changes to lifestyle. Like you're not able to
Yeah.
go, and so they were still able to buy shit. They were still able to put food on the table. That was one of the worries that they never had.
Hmm.
And where I haven't had that worry either, right? But that wasn't because of I wasn't affected. That was just because of hard work. I realized what was going on really fucking early, and I'm like, no, if I don't step shit up, we're gonna get squashed, right?
For sure.
So I'm fortunate in that sense where I had that work ethic. But a lot of people, regardless of work ethic, they got fucked,
Yep.
right? And I think you guys were a good example of at the start. You guys got fucked. Like a lot of martial arts schools got fucked.
Yep.
Um, like I'm not going to air anybody's personal business out there, but there's a lot of places I train at now that they've taken their own personal finances just to keep the place open.
Absolutely. That's
And
why that's what you had to do because the government didn't support you.
yeah, and a lot of people didn't realize those subsidies didn't really come that easy.
Well, they went to the Leach friends. They went to Justin Trudeau's friends. They went to
Yeah,
Air Canada. They went to Lululemon. All these people got it.
Enjoyed that clip, please head on over to the link below to my YouTube page and watch the rest of the podcast. If not, you can always find me on Spotify or Apple or Google Play or all those. We're on everything. Download, listen in your car, get it going. Thank you for the support. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.